Aquaman is one of the first, if not the first, biracial superheroes to headline his own movie. Are you proud to be part of breaking that ground?
I am. Of course, I'm proud to be in this movie. Regardless, it's such a great movie. It's so fun. I am very proud that our movie breaks a lot of ground. Mm-hmm. I play a character that Mira. She's a superhero in her own right. She is not the woman version of the male character. She's not Aquawoman. Mm-hmm. She's Mira. She's her own superhero. She's a badass, empowered, driven, fully developed character in her own right. Powerful, strong, and I mean, she saves him, and we break a lot of ground in that. We break a lot of ground in how we approach Aquaman as well. On the surface, hyper, he looks like he's this hyper masculinized, strong, image of a superhero. But actually, we have especially as we meet him, we see him as this drunk, this broken character. He's a little insecure and doesn't know his way, and he needs, some pushing, and he needs some kick in him, and he learns a lot from the women in his life who, like me, teach him how to do things, and then we have this journey that we go on together where we learn from each other, and it's very much a two-hander. They're partners. It is not the classic formulaic approach to a superhero movie where a man saves the world and gets the girl. They save each other. They teach each other. They go on a mission to save the world together. They both do it. So we break ground in how we develop the male characters. We develop ground in how we deal with the fact that he's not only biracial, but he's also an interesting, complex man who's allowed to have nuance of emotional depth and sensitivity. Mm-hmm. And my character is allowed to have strength and autonomy, agency, and drive. I'm really proud that I'm a part of this movie regardless, but the fact that we do all this is really cool, especially now.
Are you excited for children to see this movie, especially? I'm thinking about seeing like an interracial romance in a superhero movie on screen.
I am very excited. This is a family fun movie. It is, I think there's something for everyone. I don't know how James Wan did it, but James Wan made a film that was, I think it ticks all the boxes, all the genres. I mean, he comes from the horror world, so there are elements of that thriller. We get visuals of the horror in bits. We get, it's an action, adventure, romance. It's comedy. It ticks all the boxes. And I think kids are gonna especially love it, especially girls. I'm excited for young girls to see this and young women to see this, because think how many of us, over half the population, we grow up and we have, from the very earliest age, we have such a limited representation of ourselves and the wide spectrum of the female experience in whatever form represented. We have very little offered to us, so we often are stuck, with these stories where, the females, of course, the damsel being saved by the prince, and we have the interest and the attributes of the prince, but don't see ourselves as that and only are relegated to the damsel. What does that do in later days? So I'm really excited for a new generation, a generation of young women who are going to see more and more, as long as we keep yelling for it, representations of strong, powerful women.